Last week I did the complete opposite of what I need in my life right now. I went on vacation and broke my 8-week streak of being locked in to build an AI company from scratch. The problem is that I had so much fun and relaxed that I don't know if this was the best or worst thing I could do. Can I come back to work this week and go from negative $1,400 to finally making some money, or will I just quit? So the day starts here, the week starts here, and I think that's the best way possible to start a week. Still chilling, resumed working just a little bit, but I'm still with my girlfriend and enjoying some time off the grind.
Sì, l'ho pensata questa cosa proprio così, cioè basta, io non... Ma pure...
Now some ice cream, some tea. This beautiful place. That's it. The day is over. I have 2 more days here and we'll try to just do what I did last week. So if you missed last week's video, go check it out. But then it will be definitely more grind with more strategy than ever. So definitely getting ready for it. Day 2, getting ready to cook our lunch, and yeah, then we'll do the same we did yesterday. We'll go to the beach, we'll chill there for a few hours, then we'll do a date night tonight. This is my last night here, so yeah, it's gonna be the last full relax day, because tomorrow evening I'll be home already, so I'll resume some work. But yeah, let's get this pasta ready. And here I am, last day here at the beach, so I have to enjoy it. It's amazing. Oh, it's so fresh. 7:40 p.m. just came back. It was great. I'm gonna miss this, but I am missing the grind more, so I feel like this is perfectly balanced at this point after the whole week last week, and after a few days, 2 days, and this one, that's more than enough. So I feel ready to come back home. But first, the night has to begin yet. And we're ready for the date. And yeah, a bit late. Of course, it's always her fault.
No.
But yeah, we're ready to go. I'm hungry as fuck, so let's go. So we came back home. The dinner was nice, and we assembled the fan. It's so good. It's the last night, but it's hotter than all the other nights before. So yeah, this one was definitely needed. The day starts with this. Naruto Shippuden, breakfast, fan, my girlfriend. It's definitely a good start of the day. Okay, now it's time to pack and to go back home. But first, another cheat meal. It wasn't planned, but yeah, whatever. And just like that, I'm back home. The train was late, obviously it was an hour late. Then I had another hour a delay once I was on. It's normal, in Italy, it's normal. But that made me so tired. And yeah, I was just coordinating with the team, with the Momo, and replying to emails. Just added events on the calendar with the editor too. Tomorrow gonna have a meeting with him. A few things will change. Some have changed already. I just have to confirm them and just carry on with the new plan that you guys will see tomorrow. Now the week starts for real, and the best way to jump straight into action is with a consulting call. Yo man, can you hear me? Awesome, how's it going? Great to hear that. Yeah man, nice to meet you. There's a lot of people like you and many others that want to start their journey. They see all the fancy stuff. They see people that already made it. They sell courses and all that kind of shit, which is, you know, I respect that. It's one of the best way to monetize, selling courses. I'm not gonna lie, if I build something big that I want to scale in the future, I like education and selling the implementation is good, but I think a realistic approach to what this journey looks like isn't documented as much as like the guru type videos. So if I can be that person that shows everything it takes, literally from the beginning, from learning, like trial and errors, scaling and everything, like trying to get the first client, the first dollar, showing how much you can spend realistically, all of that. I wanted to do that. So yeah, I appreciate that you you're resonating with that type of content. So how many clients do you have currently? They're all paid clients, right? And how many of them are subscription based and how many are one time? Okay, so with your current clients, how much is the subscriptions and for what are they paying that subscription? Got it. So right now you're making $6,000 per month with those 2 clients only, right? How did you get those clients? What are your traffic and lead gen sources right now? That shit works. You can start and see what works literally by taking your phone and recording the screen and showing the agent. That works. Like, it's the fastest way for you to go about it. You don't need an editor for that. And then you can simply do, again, volume negates luck. You post a lot of things, you see what works, and then you replicate the type of videos that worked. It's gonna require you like a month or 2 to scale organically, just like what I'm doing myself. Having an editor just helps you position, have you a more polished brand. So it's all about brand recognition. It's because people can tell when you have an editor, so they know you're spending money to make that thing work. Again, it helps subconsciously to increase the authenticity perception that viewers have about you. The meeting was great. Gary is an agency owner. He sells AI agents and making $6,000 per month with only 2 clients. Still just using make.com, doesn't use any 10, doesn't know how to scale. So I think I can help him in many ways, but as always, I'm never too sure how much of a good fit I am or they are to me, so there's more investigation that needs to be done. I've done consulting for different businesses and entrepreneurs throughout the years, but it has to be literally the best fit because I don't want to dedicate more time to someone else's journey unless it's truly valuable to me and them at the same time. So I'm not sure how this will go. For sure we're gonna explore what's next, but talking about what's next, I got a whiteboard here that still has some very outdated structure. These are the weekly goals from 2 weeks ago. These are some overall goals that I want to do. Everything is kind of erased. The whole map here of what I can do, internal agents, micro apps. I reached this point of an expert status. If not just me plus my partners are definitely at that status. So right now it's just monetize and scale. I think everything in here needs to be erased and restructured. And it's empty, but not for long. I do have a structure for it, so let's grab it and paste it here. And that's it. No, I'm actually not joking. It actually took me a few hours because I also had to do a meeting with King, my editor, and everything literally comes down to 2 main daily things, which is posting on all platforms, which accounts to the traffic business pillar, and doing outreach, which includes cold calls, cold emails, cold DMs. That accounts again for traffic because those are transitory calls. They don't really count as a sales call technically, right? So it's still in the traffic pillar. It's not in the sales pillar that comes after that. Those are the main 2 efforts I gotta do, at least for now. I'll think about it later, and I'll also add weekly efforts because those are daily. So if I have to think only about those things, it's those 2 things that I have to do daily. Weekly, there's a bit more like recording content, doing meetings, improving workflows, and all of that. But before deciding what to do weekly and executing on all of those things, a good workout was needed. We're now ready to make money. Made a clip for the guys preparing for tomorrow's meeting. 17 minutes of strategy, planning, and sauce. I have in front of me all the list of leads for different categories through Contact Out that we're gonna blast emails to, but not an email like anyone else does. It's gonna be super customized. That's why I need the guys to be on top of their shit. I need to build MVPs, prototypes, agents ready to literally hand them off to the leads even before they even open the email. It's already there. They open it, they have something. Gonna try different strategies, not asking anything in return, or maybe just constructing a more copyrighted, precise version of cold outreach. Gonna try cold calling. There's a few things that we're cooking that we're gonna be defining in tomorrow's meeting. But for now, I wanted the guys to align to it so that we don't waste 30-40 minutes on the meeting just to align. We can do this asynchronously, and I'm fucking pumping with conviction right now. Tomorrow is gonna be big. New day, new content on the whiteboard. I actually worked on expanding this to include some weekly activities. These are not to-dos. These are things that I do every single week, like that I have to do. And I added this streak column so that I can kind of add a red dot or a red check, whatever, to signal that I did the thing for that day or for that week. So I also left the right side open because it depends like how long it can get. It's kind of like a way to gamify my tasks and my progress. There's probably more than I can add to this, but for now I reduce everything to literally the minimum that is necessary to make progress, to like towards what I need most, which is money, getting a client. And it's literally just that. Posting, doing outreach, building internal systems, do these things weekly, recording content, meetings, updating my second brain and analyzing data and KPIs from content and tasks, business, progress from the team and all of that. Those are 7 things that I literally have to do. Just those 7 to guarantee that I can get a client for the next week. Max 2 weeks. We'll see how that goes, but I am pretty confident this will work. One last thing is the funnel. I want to have the funnel visible at all time, just like I had my personal brand funnel until yesterday, basically. Going from learning NA10, testing a few things, then, assembling a few other things, then claiming to be an expert because I reached that expert status. Once that was done, my personal brand is ready, my knowledge is ready, and now like sales funnel, essentially, that's all. So I want to have it visible all the time so that I know where my efforts can go. I'm probably going to use these pins over here, like this, so that maybe I can signal where a specific department of the funnel is healthy. If it's green, and then I have the orange and red ones of these magnetic pins so that I can indicate what is kind of not working or what I'm not dedicating too much time to, all those kind of things. This will be kind of my headquarter. I wake up, I look at the whiteboard and I can tell what's good, what's bad, and what to do in general. The detailed tasks, like how much time I'm spending on each, dependencies, due dates and start dates, it will be on ClickUp. ClickUp shared it with the team. Obviously, I can't put it here on the whiteboard. It would be duplicating, like it would be redundant. So I think this is the plan going forward. And yeah, can't wait to put it into action starting Monday. But instead of just showing you the funnel that will take me and my team from 0 to 5 and 6 figures, I think it's better if you look at the way I explained it to my team in the first place, so that you can fully understand it. So basically the funnel works like this. I actually read it backwards, so I have to. Okay. So the main part is the traffic part. Francesco already knows in detail about the 4 pillars of business that we used in our previous company, but it's something that you know too, Momo, for sure. The acronym that we used was TCP, which is Traffic Conversion Product Churn. In our case, because I don't want 2 C's, we're just going to use TSPC, so Traffic Sales Product Churn. For now, for the sales funnel, the 2 main components are traffic and sales. Here at the bottom, I will add the churn part. That for now, it's not relevant because we don't actually have clients. So the main focus will be here. And it works like this. It has 2 main fuels, let's say, type of fuels, which is content and outreach. Content has my socials, essentially, that can be also your socials if you want to do content too, just like what you just did. Momo recorded the interview, all of that. And in fact, one thing that I wrote here is cross, which means from these platforms that have different purposes, we do like cross promotions or cross posting and all of that. But LinkedIn and newsletter, I actually wrote LinkedIn too. I haven't used it in these 10 weeks. I'm gonna start using it, actually reusing it. Because over there, I just wanna post the workflows and the builds. So the stuff we build, just put it into text and like screenshots or slides, whatever, and post it over there. So my newsletter has currently slightly more than 50 members. I haven't checked in a few days. But yeah, it's definitely more than enough. And my link, I have a shit ton of connections on LinkedIn. It's just never nurture them. So let's see what happens over there. And then there's Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and X, which are the usual ones. I'll be just posting what I post right now. So again, workflows too, builds too, but just in video format, as well as the build in public series and the calls. Calls means I'm gonna record record the sales calls, free consulting calls. I already started doing that so that essentially I can post that too. It's something that's starting to go a lot viral because if people see you on a call with someone else, they want to be that person. They want to get your knowledge. They know what they can expect on the call. They know how I talk and all those kind of things. So yeah, that's that. And then there's outreach. Outreach is mainly cold emails, cold DMs, and cold calls. They all have one goal: to send personalized material, as you already know, which is what Francesco has been doing for Sal in this week autonomously. He just updated me on that, been working on it, and just like you, Momo too, make the landing page for chat, UI, UX, and yeah, then everything else you've been working on. So our goal is to basically never send an email that doesn't have something immediately usable, or at least useful, if not like practically usable, to everyone. Of course, this applies to what they can actually open and read, so emails and DMs, but it does not apply to calls. Calls, I will basically buy a Twilio number and just dial the phone numbers. I have like 430 credits, so I can get 430 calls for free with Contact Out. I'm gonna see the quality of the numbers, if they're actually verified, if they're good. Same with the emails, honestly. Like, we have about 2,000 leads right now. We just have to see how well Contact Out has been doing in keeping the platform healthy, up to date with verified emails. I'm gonna use Never Bounce before sending the emails with probably instantly, so that I see if deliverability is good, so that we don't hurt the reputation of our mailboxes. Which again makes me reconnect to what else I need to do: building multiple mailboxes. So I'm gonna buy the mailbox space using Zoho. I don't know if you, Momo, have an alternative, if you already have some experience with making custom mailboxes and email campaigns, stuff like that, if you have some suggestions. Okay, that's perfect. So yeah, let's consider that. I will double check what Instantly offers in terms of also deliverability. I saw that at least ChatGPT through Instantly, and comparing with Zoho native send, told me that like we can do 20, 30, 40 in 3 weeks per day. So yeah, I don't know how like accurate that is, if we can actually double, triple the numbers. We'll see. So yeah, that's for emails. We send personalized material. Now, how do they move to the next part of the funnel? Essentially, for content, they have CTAs, like over here. And for the outreach, they have claims. So they can claim the resource that we send them, whether we send them a customized website template, or whether we send them, if they're a coach, we send them like a chat box where they can see a DM setter in action with generalized sales knowledge, whether like instead we're customizing this for Sal, but we can make a very general one that just assumes they have a coaching program and nothing else, just is trained with some sales techniques, DM setting techniques, which is what Francesco is working on. And then instead of making it just for Sal specifically, because Francesco is also retrieving information from Sal, so some of us like posts, that kind of stuff, we make a more generalized one and just send it through email to a lot of coaches that we can scrape. And in that case, they have to claim it or test it. And so they do that on a landing page, which is what you, Momo, have been working on. It can be a resource, it can be a lead magnet, etc. So landing page can be any of that. Then they move to the next step, which is sales. They move to sales through this part of the funnel, which is the free consulting call or the sales call with form. So we qualify them in here from this to this. So they go to the landing page, they get their resource. So essentially our promise of the fact that they can get stuff for free without asking a return is realized. They can test the automation, they can see it in action, they can claim whatever free resource we made for them, and that's it. Now, a psychological subconscious loop triggers in most cases in this scenario, which is they feel obliged, like they feel like they have to give back to us. They feel like they owe us something. And it's not necessarily money. It will be most likely attention. And attention will be enough for them to create curiosity and then book a free consulting call or a sales call, depending on where they came from. Because if they came from content, most likely they're going to get the free consulting call, which is the current funnel that I have already set up. I just have to make it better and more efficient. And it's a sales call if I kind of cold call them and say, yo, like, when are you free for a call? Like, you're interested. Okay, let's get on a call. That is like a operational call. I can show you stuff and all that. So that would be that case. Then they move to the actual sales part, which is composed of pre-call, what happens if no show or if we lose them, and what happens if we close them. I'll just add some bullet points or just one-liner, because because the main thing about this, including the tracking sheet that I explained in the clip you watched, I will have them digitally so that you can also have access to, and yeah, all of that. Again, this brings me back to the idea I had a few minutes ago, which is making our own dashboard. So maybe let's say we have our own dashboard and we can scrape leads from there. We can have direct API calls in there. So maybe that's the traffic part. Okay, we have the builder/dashboard, whatever. Only admin accounts have access to that. And then there's multiple sub tabs. One is traffic, so there's a page where we have our own dashboard for traffic. We can see a few things in there. We can operate some APIs. We can click a button and get leads. That will be kind of the dream, very ideal, especially because then we can reuse that and sell it to other businesses. And then for sales, same thing. Instead of having a Google sheet, which we can still have, it's reported into this dashboard so that we can have like pie charts. We can have basically a flow chart of the funnel. We can see how the calls went. We can have calls recordings, all that kind of stuff. That is the fancier way of approaching this, but ultimately it can be done either like anyways through Fathom that records the call to like Google Sheet. It's still, doable without it. Then of course there's all the retargeting part that goes back from sales to traffic if they're not qualified, and same will happen here. If they didn't show up or if we lost them, there's still a way to put them back into the content funnel. And then here at the bottom I will just add the churn part that for now is we still don't have it. Now you might be thinking, what's missing? Well, the product part. The product part is not part of the funnel because the product part is what I just mentioned. For example, the dashboard. So having our own dashboard increases the amount of things we can sell, the way we operate. So operations, enhancements, shipping, fulfillment are all part of the product. And you guys are the product essentially. So yeah, that will be coordinated on a separate like chart here probably, or just we don't even need it because it's part of what I wrote here on my daily tasks, which is build internal systems. This has a P here. The T here indicates that this is part of traffic. So on a daily basis, my 3 things that I have to do every single day, just that is post on all platforms, which is traffic, do outreach, which is this part of traffic, and build internal systems, which is again the funnel is it, and the tracking sheet, and all of those. But this is kind of also your main task of the day too, building internal systems or like lead magnets or MVPs, stuff that we actually have to send in the emails. Okay, so this is the plan. Let me know if it's clear, if you guys have questions. Yeah, like what do you think? After the call, protein shake, and we keep building. Francesco, the AI agents, Momo, the MVP, and some high-level stuff as well when it comes to our domain, because we're gonna have multiple landing pages customized to what our leads need and all that kind of stuff. So routing the different URLs and putting some UI in there and making it look good while also being functional, all that stuff. So Momo is a beast. I'm so grateful to have him in the team. And on my end, I just have to finish the funnel, at least write all of it here and put it into action. So make the sales sheet, make the different integrations too, because we want that to become a dashboard rather than just a sales sheet. So we can have like the vibe.builders, which is our domain / dashboard. We have access to it, only admins. We can see multiple things. We can see ideally everything that's happening on the traffic pillar, so this part here, everything that's happening on the sales pillar, so the pre-call qualification process and the no-show, the lost people, how we retarget them, and the people that we closed, their contracts, and all the operational stuff. So there's a little bit of work that we have to do, but before doing that I have to prepare it. So what I'm doing right now is reorganizing our ClickUp so that all the dependencies of the tasks and everything that we left behind schedule is rescheduled and we can finally make it ready. So I'm very excited. I'm like driven by excitement right now. Okay, so one of the things that is behind is the feedback on current pages that Momo needs. So let's check that out real quick. So we have this, that is what a coach will see. So I am a coach. I just received a message from Dom or Momo or an email, and I see this. This is the live demo that they can try. And this is just still dummy data because Francesco is building the agent that will be connected with the backend so that this thing actually works. So if I type, hey, you see, still not relevant. And yeah, then some results. This is dummy data too. We will be perfecting this and changing these numbers as soon as we get actual data for each. Then some questions, what other coaches are saying, and the ability to book a call. If you click on this, as you can see here, so either here or here, nothing happens. So we still have to finish the linking, but navigation menu at the top is the one that brings us to the other parts of this, which is, we can add guides so the coach can see more resources, and they can go again here, community, they can see a few different things here. And when they click on this, they should be able to get the minimum viable product automatically, or probably this button should be like a book a call type of button, just like this one, right? Because it's a bit confusing otherwise. Aside from that, it looks good. It definitely looks good. So yep. Now this is the login part so that I can join through the admin panel. Now that I can see the leads dashboard, which is this one. So every time someone joins, I get their info. This is Momo with a few of his emails testing it out. And I can kind of open it. It shows me what it is. Like I can mark it as open, contacted, qualified. I can just change the status. And if I go to signups, this is instead the people that joined through the newsletter, that joined the community. You can see the projects that are currently linked on the website, and then the signups of individual people. There will be more info here, like actual data from meetings, an agent that we can talk to that analyzes our data, that knows everything about us, knows how well or bad we're doing in a certain area of the business. So this will be our headquarter operational hub in which like magic happens. So I've been looking at some solutions for cold calling, which is one thing that I want to start that I've never done. So I have absolutely no experience with it, and been looking at some options like Cloud Talk or like Ring Central. There's of course Google Voice, there's Twilio, which is more, it looks like it's harder. You need to do a few more technical steps according to the deep research I did with Grok and ChatGPT. Then there's Go High Level, but that's expensive. That's the whole CRM. That's what I have the most experience with in terms of agency and business operations. But yeah, I gotta check with the team if that's even an option, because I know they still use Twilio as an integration to do that. So I do have a few options, but I literally don't have the experience. Like this guy says, you're gonna hear all those options, but ultimately people hate cold calls. Don't do them. Now, our main strategy, as we discuss in today's meeting, will be emails, cold emails and cold DMs. But I can give it a shot, I think. So I think I'll call it a day. It's almost 11 p.m. I have a few things that I gotta prepare for tomorrow for all the tasks on ClickUp that are assigned to me and coordinating with the team, and also recording a few pieces of content. So yeah, I think the rest of the day will be just working with Poppy, getting all the competitor videos in Poppy, start actually using it for internal and for content purposes, and then the day will be over. It's hot as fuck. That's the highlight of the day so far. It's almost 1 p.m. and been spending the first few hours of the day honestly like gathering energy for the rest of the day. I have a lot of work to do. I have a lot of tasks to complete, coordination with the team. I've been waiting for their answer that just arrived about what to do next with Go High Level or like for cold calls and all of that. So let's jump into action. The cold calls roadblock from yesterday is only one piece of the puzzle that the whole sales system requires. And before I show you what tool I'm gonna use to have the sales system, the funnel, and everything the business is gonna do on an operational level, I will show you how I'm breaking bottlenecks to predictably scale businesses in the first place. Now working on setting up my Stripe. It's a new account because I used the one from my old company, the scaling company. And from that scaling company, I was able to recreate all the documents we had for sales, for scaling. So this is a type of document that we had for sales with all the different stages, a subscriber tracker, a few things that were all coordinated inside of a Google Sheet that ideally you want to move on our developed platform like our own dashboard, as well as some scaling document. This one. We made this after a lot of trial and error so that for product, marketing, sales, every single business pillar, we could identify what the constraints were in the exact order and what to do to graduate, so to move from one to the other, as well as like how the team composition and operation delegation changes based on each move. So this is like a complete dashboard that literally allows you to go from $0 to 7 to 8 figures. Bottleneck solving, basically. Can't wait to actually implement this starting tomorrow. I set up my Stripe, but more importantly, I set up my Go High Level. My good old friend Go High Level. Great feeling to be back using it. I define myself as a Go High Level master, essentially, but I'm sure I still have a lot to learn, especially because it's a different application of it. We used it for different clients. They were all info product owners, so coaches, gurus, those kind of people. In this case, we're just going to use it internally for our agency, and it's a B2B service system that we're going to set up. It's slightly different, but the functionalities are the same. And one of the main functionalities that I bought Go High Level for, actually didn't buy yet because it's 14 days free trial, is this one. The fact that I can buy a number directly from here, manage everything from here, SMS, calls, I can choose a local number or a toll-free number. They're slightly more expensive, but I don't think that makes a big difference. And yeah, so let's do it. Just learn the exact difference between local US numbers and toll-free numbers. SMS capability is one of the main factors that I'm considering. It works out of the box. For toll-free numbers instead, I gotta do this extra steps. Also, for spam label risk, local numbers help us stay out of the scam zone. Then again, trust signals. Cost is a bit better if I go for like a toll-free, because even if they call back, so if it's an inbound call, I pay instead of them. But in that case, that would be kind of like having a support line, which would be a different number. So I'll probably do another number for that. But strictly for outbound, meaning cold calling, I think getting a local one might be the best option. And amongst the one that I see currently available, this one in Salamanca, New York might be the one that I pick. I don't know, there's another one in New York too, but in this other city. So I'll just go randomly, and yeah, I think that would be good enough. Because I enjoyed work so much today, I decided I had to enjoy some life outside as well. Oh, it's so satisfying. Oh, because we were so fucking hot and sweaty, jumping in freezing cold seaside. Yeah, it's an amazing feeling. So the run is over, and I already got my AI agent, coaching agent, report the progress, some advice, analysis, and all of that. So yeah, received the email, we'll check it out later. But more importantly, I need a shower. I called one, I'm exhausted. My second best time, 6 minutes and 1 minute. I'm dumb. 6 minutes and 1 second per kilometer. My best is 6, so just 1 second worse, but hey, it was a lot of fun. And I'm gonna do something different this time. I'm gonna finish the week here at day 6. Why? Because I can, so that all the new weeks start on a Monday instead of a Tuesday. And especially because the change will be drastic from next week. Going from guessing and assembling systems and team and expertise to actual execution. It will be the most important week, and I don't want it to be contaminated from what I'm doing right now, the type of content that I'm doing right now, just for a narrative purpose, right? So it will help me keep my content and operation mentality on the same page. I don't have to think this is the start of the week for business, but it's actually the last day of the previous week for content. It's messed up. So it was a great week. I'll catch you guys in the next one. As always, we keep building.